Thank you for joining us. I'm Amber Watson. More news and Last Time starts now. Well, Maryland lawmakers continued budget talks today. Subcommittees have recommended cutting over $100 million in local highway money, but they have recommended to keep an in-state tuition freeze for the fourth year in a row. They also said the state should keep over $13 million for stem cell research. The House is expected to vote on the budget next week. Well, the results are in and the Salisbury municipal election ballot is set. Election officials did a final count today on the mayoral ticket. It'll be Jim Ireton and Gary Comegys. And for the city council in District 1, it's Shani Shields and Cynthia Polk. The election will be held Tuesday, April 7th. And the Salisbury Career Firefighters Association announced their endorsements today in the elections. They are backing Jim Ireton for mayor and Debbie Campbell and Cynthia Polk for council. Officials say they believe these candidates will best serve the residents of Salisbury. Friends, family, and concerned residents met today to search for the body of a woman who has been missing for more than a year. Christine Shetty disappeared from a farmhouse in Pocomoke City a year ago and has not been heard from since. Over 100 volunteers teamed up with professional search and rescue teams to look over the area where she was last seen. Officials are investigating a crash near Georgetown that has claimed one life. Delaware State Troopers say the two-vehicle crash occurred on Sand Hill Road near Wilson Road around 3 o'clock this afternoon. Another person was injured, though the exact condition is unknown. Classes, is this the first step that you learn?
Pretty much.
Okay. And how long does it take you to get it? Because I don't think I'm getting it right.
Yeah,
how long?
You're not quite getting it, but it's all in the...
Officials began renovating this former dumping ground into a park in the 80s. And the renovation continues to make this park an asset for families during difficult times. Lola Pusey came home Friday, June 6. She said she didn't notice much out of the ordinary. In fact, she went in and watched a movie. It was later that she realized the back door was wide open. As soon as she became concerned, but still didn't call. Currently, this fatal crash is still under investigation. And while police say they don't see as many serious incidents as this one, they do happen, especially on single-lane roads.
That's her in the red.
Right. Candy married into the Vigneri family 25 years ago. Her former father-in-law, Pete, says she was beautiful and full of life. But after giving birth to her second child, she began to struggle with depression and schizophrenia. Pete says as the years progressed, she became worse.
Our biggest fear as a family was one day the police would call and say, we found Candy dead.
That wasn't the news the Vigneri family received on Monday morning. Instead, they found out that Candy Vigneri was arrested for child abuse and reckless endangerment when she gave birth to a baby girl in a portable toilet.
She had blood over her from what the people tell us, and that she just walked over, she had blood all over, and she said, you know, give me a cigarette. And then somebody was going to use the porta potty, and she said, no, you can't use that, there's a baby in there. And they went and looked, and there was, and as soon as she just walked away.
Those who knew Candy say they weren't surprised to hear she left her newborn in this porta potty, and now they say they're just hoping she gets the help that she needs.
But she's a danger to herself, and she may be a danger to other people. I mean, she's already endangered a child. Had nobody been there, had this been midnight, and she went to the bathroom there, that child would be dead. And it's, hate to think about that.
Amber Watson, WMDT 47 News. Residents at the Summers Place apartment complex in Princess Anne say a knocked out tooth and swollen lips are a few of the results of what they're calling police brutality.
He was a bloody mess pulling out of this parking lot.
On Thursday around 4 in the afternoon, Maryland State Police say they received a call about a wanted man threatening a female at the complex. When they arrived to the scene, police say Raymond Spence, a cousin of the wanted man, interfered with an officer making the arrest.
Mr. Spence stepped in front of him. He tried to get around Mr. Spence when Mr. Spence pushed a trooper out of the way.
Police say once Spence tried to hinder an officer, they tried to put him under arrest, and that's when the struggle began.
When the trooper indicated to the sergeant that Mr. Spence is under arrest, Mr. Spence, with a closed fist, took a swing at the trooper.
However, Spence's family members say he never became violent.
He did not resist arrest. He just didn't know what was going on. He just run up on him. I seen him slam his head into the brick wall. Then I guess this time they sprayed him with mace, and he's just, you know, confused with the mace and stuff, and they just take the batons out and they just started beating him and beating him.
Several members in the community are traumatized by Thursday's event, and some of the residents say those affected the most are the children who witnessed the event.
For the children to see somebody that they know, to be harmed in that kind of manner, it's been quite a bit for them to deal with.
Amber Watson, WMDT 47 News.
And they're talking about kicking me out. The state of Delaware.
Lincoln resident Lily Mae Lewis and her family are being ordered to leave their home. On Thursday, the Attorney General's office announced plans to condemn the property under the Drug Nuisance and Social Services Abatement Act. They say in the last 8 years, police responded to this house more than 60 times for complaints of physical violence, sexual abuse, gunfire, and drug transactions.
They have been to this house 5 times searching for dope. They have never found dope in my house, never.
Some of the neighbors I spoke with didn't want to do an interview on camera, but they say the family being forced to move is a relief. They say over the years they've caused a lot of problems in the community.
Well, my nephews and me too, we have, we've done a lot of stuff in our life that we're not proud of. Selling drugs and whatnot. But don't nobody sell drugs here. But I don't think that the state have to penalize my mother for it. Because she's 78 years old and my father is 69 and he's handicapped.
They were all ordered to evacuate by Friday or arrest would follow. As of Saturday, the family is still packing, preparing to leave. Amber Watson, WMDT 47 News.
What we do here is critical.
After severe cuts and battling to stay open during the 90s, NASA officials at Wallops Island say things are finally getting back on track. On Friday, they gave a tour to show the expansion and technology upgrades planned for the future.
We're trying to build something that fits in our community and provides opportunity to our kids as they grow up on the shore and become educated and have a place to work and be proud of what they do.
The 6,000-acre facility includes this 113-foot-tall launch pad, currently the largest of the 8 launch pads on the island. Some officials call this control center the crown jewel of NASA. This is where all the launches are controlled and where the countdown begins.
We do a lot of things quickly and efficiently that NASA hasn't been able to do of recent.
Now their growing reputation has already landed the NASA facility 8 contracts through the year 2015.
And we're going to be supplying the International Space Station from the Mid-Atlantic. So we're excited about that.
Amber Watson, WMDT 47 News.